And joining me now is Congressman Mike Rogers, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. And thank you so much for taking the time. Obviously, the director of the National Counterterrorism Center at the hearing today said, I'll quote him, there are a number of specific threats when it comes to terror attacks at the Olympics in Sochi. How worried are you?
Well, I think the venues themselves will be okay. You know, the Russians have done a lot of guards, gates, and guns to try to secure the venues and try to get a ring around the games. I'm very concerned by the sheer level of attention and effort, not just from Chechens and folks in that region, but you know, outside of that region, that have expressed an interest to actually having a violent act occur at the game. So I'm very, very concerned. There's some lack of cooperation issues. They're not at 100%. They really should be when it comes to people's lives at the games, and we know that it's such a high-threat environment.
So you've just raised a few points, but when you say from outside the region, obviously, you know, outside the Chechen, Dagestan area, are you talking about Al-Qaeda? I mean, or what other threats do you have?
Well, there are Al-Qaeda and Al-Qaeda affiliates, and we believe other groups that fit the terrorist profile that have expressed an interest, at least an aspiration of trying to do something at the games. So all of that is concern, and it just kind of ups the opportunities for a mistake to be made if somebody slipped through, you know, one of the cracks in what is a fairly robust guards, gates, and gun security plan. But remember, the best security you can have is that combined with fully robust intercooperative intelligence, and that last piece is missing.
You know, we're also hearing, you know, anecdotes about, well, look, I mean, there's construction that isn't finished. There are thousands of people coming and going from that ring of steel in that Olympic Village every single hour of every single day. Every single one of those people, right, raises a small chance of something nefarious going on. Are you sure that that inside ring at the games themselves is really secure?
Well, you can't say for 100%. I will tell you the physical presence is huge. The deterrent presence is incredibly large. And it's not, I want you to understand, it's not like the Russians are saying, hey, we're not really going to try at this. They're trying at this. They're just not fully sharing. Because of the high level of threat outside of even the venues, you know, I am very, very concerned about it. And yes, every time that you have to be right 100% of the time, and you know you're in this kind of a high threat environment, that just means that there is a high degree that something could go wrong. Yes, someone could get in, something bad could happen.
Yeah.
I do believe that their posture around the venues themselves is pretty high, and I would argue that that's probably not going to be the target set that the terrorists would choose. They're going to choose what in their mind what is a softer target set, meaning you know, there's a way for them to circumvent security at least long enough.
Like a hotel or something outside the ring where civilians could be? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We've been reporting on the so-called black widows in Russia, you know, female suicide bombers who want to die, who embrace that. How big of a threat are black widows to the Olympics?
Well, extremely, and I'll tell you why. I mean, the very recent bombing in Russia was someone who fit that description, and so you have, I mean, it ramps up the game. So they tend to be younger, they are clearly committed. You know, being a woman helps in some cases on the security front, and so it poses a very real danger when it comes to finding one of those security gaps that they are going to probe for and look for. And again, they're not looking to blow up the entire a venue event. They're looking for small but impactful murderous events so that they can impact the dialogue of the games and the narrative of the games. That's what their goal is. That's what their stated goal is. And that's what these other groups have aspired to participate in. That's why those of us, including me as the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, is so concerned about outside of the venues. Again, I think the venues are pretty good. I think outside the venues, lots of questions.
All right, Chairman, thank you very much. Appreciate your taking the time.
Thanks, Aaron, and welcome back.
Thank you.